Give you the champions from the rivalry game. On offense, we had two quarterbacks straight out champion efforts, J.T. Barrett and Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne really came in and played well, 6 or 7 for just under 100 yards, 3 rushes for 24 yards. Our receivers did really an excellent job blocking. We didn't throw the ball as much as we normally do, but K.J. Parris and Johnny Dixon, all great champions. Offensive linemen, we had 3 great champions, DeMarco Jones, Michael Jordan, and Billy Price. And players of the game, we had 2 of them, co-players of the game. Isaiah Prince had 6 knockdowns and played very well. His maturity and growth has been really much needed and really exceptional right now. And Marcus Ball, how about that one? Co-player of the game against our rival. Had a touchdown catch, but more importantly, really blocked well. I can't say enough about Marcus. The improvement is a underachiever to a very good player, a guy that I have an incredible amount, we all do, have a lot of respect for the way he's turned it around, and he's a very good team player for us right now. On defense, you had Nick Bosa, Jalen Holmes, Tyquan Lewis, Draymond Jones, all graded champions. Linebacker, you had 3 of them, Jerome Baker, Worley, and Tuff Moreland. The back end of our defense, you had Kendall Sheffield's really come on as 4 out of 4, make a play. Opportunities, Damon Webb and Jordan Fuller had 8 out of 10 opportunities, and obviously had a huge interception in that game. And co-players of the game, Sam Hubbard, 95% grade out, 2.5 sacks, and QB hurry, 1 QB knockdown, and just played terrific. And this guy really played well, got his hand on a field goal, should have got his hand on a punt. But he graded out 95%, 17 of 20, had 20 opportunities to make a play, 8 tackles, 4 assists, and that's Denzel Ward. Special teams, guys did some great things on kickoff for us. Jeff Okuda, he also tackled a guy on a punt for -2-yard return. Justin Hilliard continues to be exceptional for us, and Zach Tourneur is, I would say he's not one of our best players on special teams for us. Player of the game, 16 plays, 22 production points, 2 kickoff tackles, and he's really doing a lot of things for us, maybe that not everybody sees, but much respect, and that's Eric Smith. And with that said, obviously honored to represent arguably the best conference in America, and arguably the toughest division in America in the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis. And we're going to do all the best we can to represent Ohio State. We'll play our best. So answer your question for you.
Front row middle, Dave.
Herbert, this Greg Schiano situation is so incredibly unusual with this mob kind of coming at him, Tennessee rescinding the offer. I'm just curious, what are your emotions regarding that? Are you angry about this? Just what's your take on all of this?
No, I'm not angry. I'll make this comment that I apologize. I've said it many times. He's an elite person, elite father, elite husband, elite friend, and elite football coach. I stand by my coach. And, I just don't know enough, and it's not fair to my players to make any more comments than that. We have a huge game this week.
Regarding that J.T. Barrett's status, do you know yet? Will he play?
That's moved into probable right now. He's really doing a nice job with all the rehab.
Front row right, Austin.
In regards to JT's injury, he described it kind of after the game as like locking it into place and moving his knee around. What is the injury?
Cartilage.
It's loose cartilage or
Meniscus. Yeah. I don't pretend like I know, but I've dealt with this before. And it's a cartilage that once it comes out of the area, so
and he made it hard to understand too. Like I didn't know what kind of injury we were talking about.
we'll work on it for next few days and we'll figure it out.
So he said it's been something that's all year. Like how have you had to manage that at all?
I really haven't. You know, I see that he gets it worked on and all that, but until I go on the bench and I saw him, that's the first time I saw him.
Far right, Clay.
You've done this 3 times now, I think. How do you keep this team? Is there an issue? You come off an emotional win to play another game that might be even bigger.
Yeah, that's a concern. Every team's different. You can't just say this is the way we've done it in the past. Every team's different. This happens to be a somewhat mature team. And the turnaround here is laser focus, and they've been good. And put a lot of reliance on my older guys because they learn it right.
Front row right, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, the way Dwayne played in place of JT, what does that do for a coaching staff and also a team, you think, from a confidence factor, knowing you now have that guy? And does he factor into maybe the plans this week in some form or fashion?
Great question. First of all, the comfort, and it's still so young, I mean, I can't say it's comfort yet, but to see him perform in that environment,
Right.
and more importantly, against that defense, right? That's the elite defense. And to come in, I can't remember what the score was, but we were down with that. And to come in, and I think someone said 17 unanswered points, and more than a coach, the comfort and the confidence that those other 10 players have. The quarterback is the most unique position in all sport. And to see that there's confidence amongst them, and when he was rewarded yesterday as graded on a champion, I could see it in the room. There was a lot of confidence in it.
But does it, like, if you see any kind of, like, as Hayden Fry used to call it, a hitch in the get-along, if you see any kind of hitch in JT Barrett's get-along on Saturday, does it make you a little more, I don't know if eager is the right word. No, eager is not the right word, but would you?
I get your question.
Yeah, would you get the hook? I mean, you know what I mean? Did you know you've got a guy that's proven himself?
I mean, that's an option. I can't speak for that moment because that's a lot of things go into it. Score, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and how we're playing on defense, et cetera, et cetera. So, but the comfort and more, I must hate saying comfort, it's the confidence.
Confidence, yeah.
Because you've seen it.
You know, I asked you after the game, Hubbard and Denzel Ward especially, did they jump out at you? And obviously they were your co-players in the game, but when you watched Hubbard on video, he seemed to be all over the field at times. What specifically, what did you see out of him Saturday from an effort standpoint?
He's just an energizer. I mean, he just doesn't, once again, it's a credit to his family, he knows one speed, and after you turn him on, and he goes. And, he's one of my all-time favorite players.
Far left, Lori.
Coach, such an important part of JT's game is being mobile. If he is able to play as a quarterback, more of a traditional throwing quarterback on Saturday, but has a little less mobility because of his injury, are you still going to play him, or would that be a?
It's too early to tell. You know, that's what this week's for. But, those are all things we take into consideration.
Wisconsin is so linebacker driven. I mean, their top two leaders in sacks, tackles for loss, and tackles period are all linebackers. What are they doing so well there?
Well, they run a 3-4 defense primarily, and so there's 4 of them on the field at all times. And one of them is primarily a rusher, the boundary guy. So it's, you know, just a lot of respect for their coach and a lot of respect to that player. It's a year. I've been in this conference now 6 years, and it is what it is. And I think they do an excellent job of developing the players and recruiting the players because it's the same. You can turn it on back and play them. I want to think in the second year here, the 13, maybe the first year. Well, there, you're overtime, and then you got a second year doing Gary Anderson to it again.
Front row left, Doug.
You guys are getting ready for game 13. Had a lot of tough games this year. Just where do you think your team is physically, mentally, emotionally at this point in the season?
Energized because of where we're at. I mean, this has been a stretch. You know, that's one of the great things when I was in Florida. We always played Florida State before the SEC championship game. And I guess that was good for fans and everybody. It was tough on players, and we play our rival. And you can't say we always saved a little bit of energy for this next one. So that's, but also. Our guys are energized, really good this one.
And you've talked about the Big Ten East. Everybody knows what this division is like. When you play in a division like that, does it toughen you up, or does it wear you out?
To be determined. I think, you have no choice but to toughen you up. Toughens you up, but that's where I got to be smart. Our coaches got to be smart. We understand what they've been through. And this was a tough. Think about where this gone for 6 years outside of the conference.
Right next door, Bill.
Urban, you guys are obviously preparing to face a very talented running back. Under different circumstances, you could be preparing to face Antonio Williams, who was recruited there, and I'm sure they had plans for him to be the starting tailback by this point. Just what do you remember about Antonio's recruitment when he was committed to Wisconsin? I think you guys first got in contact with him and how that all kind of shook out.
Yeah, I really wasn't much involved with that. It was Coach Alford, was recruiting them all along, I guess, and then, I think Antonio's had some injuries, but he's a buck guy, he's got a nice future.
And then, I know you're more plugged in with the offense, but when you evaluate the defense from the Michigan game, there seemed to be a lot of guys running free, running open, and their quarterback missed some throws. Was that Michigan changing up their offensive game plan? Was that maybe some poor preparation on you guys at the start of the game that was allowing guys to get free on some of those pass plays?
We'd have to ask our defense coaches. I visited with them, and, I don't know how many that, were wide open. The times that happens, you have to recover when they can play.
Far left, Matt.
I'm wondering, in terms of reps this week with JT, you said he went along better, but does he need he's so veteran, does he need a full complement of reps in your mind? Do you split him more with Dwayne?
We split them more this week, yeah.
Yeah. In terms of JT practice-wise, is it a to-be determined thing?
2 weeks determined.
And also, Lori was asking about Wisconsin defensively. Their numbers are really impressive. What, just in your early look at it, what jumps out at you? What makes them?
I think, I can't tell you the exact ranking, but I think they're number one in everything. And, very good skilled athletes. They play a lot of man coverage. And they giant up front. They're a linebacker, every year. No disrespect to this group, no disrespect to previous groups, but I can't remember ever playing Wisconsin without 3 league linebackers.
Second row left, Ari.
Herman, your friend Chip Kelly's back in college football, got a job this week, as I'm sure you're aware. He has some relationships with some guys on your staff, and I didn't know if there was any sort of agreement, unwritten rule, how do people go about the guy who you're trying to fill out his staff and have relationships with people on your staff, and he's also your friend. And the second part of the question is, with Greg and with what happens every single year when you're in a situation where you have to win a championship and you're trying to be in the playoff and all the stuff that's going on, how do you manage coaching staff, coaching changes, interviews, and all that stuff?
Exhausting, but it's, there's 2 kind of coaches that people want and coaches that people don't want. We're very fortunate here that we have a bunch of wants.
As far as Chip Kelly's concerned,
I've not talked to Chip. I'm glad he's in. He's a very good friend. Our focus is on beating Wisconsin, and then certainly there will be zero conversation throughout this week.
Front row right, Bill.
Greg Schiano was more than Coach Joe, I know he's a good friend. Just to see him go through what he went through yesterday as a friend, what was that like for you?
As a friend, and I wasn't obviously part of any phone calls. I was part of a conversation with him several times. And, sometimes, the one thing about coaching is got to be a perfect fit, and maybe it wasn't. So that's once again, I'm certainly not saying that, but move on and keep swinging as hard as you can. You're in a great place.
A question about the challenge of facing, as you said, Wisconsin, always Wisconsin, facing that run game, the call run game. Obviously, your defense, a lot of your defense is very good against the run. You just describe that challenge this week.
A giant offensive lineman in Wisconsin. And, obviously a very good challenge against the league running back.
Last couple questions. Second row right, Tony.
Herman, give me, how good Maurice Hurst is. How impressed were you, and what did you think of the job that
He's as good as-
and Michael Jordan did?
They did okay. They 73s is the real deal, and he's gotten better and better and better. It's time for him to go to the NFL and get paid. That's how much respect I have for his player, though. And he's not the lone soldier that other big dude, 320 pound, number 90. It's time for him to go.
And JT has not practiced yet this week. He didn't practice yesterday.
I did not practice yesterday.
And finally, Jared, over to the right.
Urban, just to follow up from yesterday, maybe even this morning, did you get any clarity from Michigan or any evaluation there? What happened pregame?
It's all administratively. I made a comment that they should look into it. I guess that blew up and all that. They should. The quarterback got hit on the sideline for a game, but I trust that all the right people are looking into it. And sidelines have gotten, it's too much now. And I know I can speak on behalf of our sideline, and I'm disappointed. from this point forward, there'll be no human being near our sideline.
That was my follow-up. Where does that go? And then how does the follow-up would be?
I don't know, but I trust our administration.
Steve, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Coach, Hubbard was not announced before the game you played against Illinois, but your social media sent out that he did go through the senior tackle. Was that just in case he doesn't come back, or is that kind of up in the air and he's considering it right now, or what's your take
Yeah,
on
I think that
that?
happens, and I don't want to start a precedent. He's been a 3-year starter, he's a graduate, you know, and that's his decision. And we talked about it, and he might want to go through senior tackle, and that's his call.
Do you feel like it's final in your mind right now, or there's
I
the
don't
door's
see it.
open?
Our door?
Is the door open? Is it final in his mind, though?
Let's go be Wisconsin.